Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Normal Back Show. Host robnoerr. I'm here. I'm like 2 minutes late, a minute late. Oh boy, what a day, baby. It's been a good one. It's been a weird one. We're not in World War III, which is good. However, they got him. They got him. And by him, I mean me. They got me. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I've been hacked. They got me. It's going to make tonight's show a little difficult. I use X as a sort of place to put all the stories I'm going to cover. And they got me. They hacked my X account. It's really it's a thing. What's the robnoerr account up to now? Well, let's see. Let's see what he's up to now. Oh, hilarious. How the fuck does that work? Oh my gosh, the mystery. It's letting me stream to that X account right now. All right, I'm about to crowdsource this motherfucker. We're going to figure out what's going on here. How is that possible? How is it possible that it's allowing me to stream to X? That's insanity. I'm thoroughly confused. Oh, hilarious. How the fuck does that work? There I am on X. Oh my gosh, the mystery. You see, I got hacked and it was crypto bullshit. I thank God every day for that step of faith and trusted the process. Been seeing blessings ever since. Got my new truck. Hard work and crypto payoff. Don't let nobody shake your vision. Big love to my coach, Coach Mim. Check out this new badass truck I got. Damn. Looking nice. That's right. You didn't know I was crypto man, did you? You thought I was some boomer. If you're interested in learning crypto, you can just give my crypto coach a follow and get started. Coach Mim. How's Coach Mim? Looking good.
I'll be perfectly honest. I didn't even read it. I just thought you got a truck.
No, I got fucking. So in the middle of the extravaganza, I got hacked, and all of my stories for the show were on the extravaganza, or was on X. So the account got hacked right in the middle of the fucking show. So then I'm scrambling to research. I had to create a new account. Hurry up, research. It's on light mode. Which sucks. Like, how do I get that? Well, anyways, yeah, that's.
Well, that's good to know. You're streaming. It's saying you're streaming.
I gotta try to figure this out. So let's see what I could do. I have no clue. So it won't let me sign in. Yes, that's right. Scamming the grift. I don't understand it. Everything I have won't let me sign in. And it basically says that I have to do like this two-factor authentication, but for some reason, the StreamYards worked. And X support sucks ass. It's the fucking worst. It is absolutely abysmal. So I go through the process and I send an email, and yeah, like it takes you through and it's like, write down what you have. I'll start from the beginning. Here we go. I got hacked. Did I change passwords? I can't change passwords. I could do absolutely nothing with the account. So here's what happened. I'm doing the extravaganza. I get a phone call. The number is 3 digits too long. So the number is 234-704-374-7938. That's the number I get. Calls while I'm doing the extravaganza. Then it sends me a text message. I noticed that I click the next story and it doesn't work. It says, it's 6:19. Hey, you want your X account back? I just write, sure. It says, okay, pay $200 and I'll give it back now. Then it puts a screenshot of my account. It says, this is your account, right? I said, go fuck yourself. It says, how much can you pay? I said, $0. Then I thought I'd have a little fun. I said, it's a bummer, though. You guys make good money doing this? I imagine it's a low amount of people that pay, but probably works out decently for you in the long haul. And they responded, yes, we do make money. I said, I guess it's a living, but I'm not going to pay you. So then I'm like, okay, I'll go to X, right? I'll go to X support. So the first thing I do is I try to re-sign into my account, and it just fucking gives me a new account with my email. So my new account is robnoerr6093. I don't know where the fuck he came up with that, but now my email is attached to that account. Okay? So I go to X support. I file a claim with the support, and I'm like, okay, I attached the screenshot I got. I was like, clearly this got hacked at 6:19. The hacker sent me a text message demanding money. Here's the attached. Within 5 minutes, I get an email back from X. It says, I'll tell you what the email says. Hello, thanks for reaching out to us. We've investigated your report. It appears you have control of the account because your registered email and or phone number is still linked. However, if you are noticing suspicious activity, especially related to two-factor authentication, unexpected password resets, or unauthorized actions, please take these steps immediately in the recommended order. First, file a report for suspicious 2FA methods, if applicable. If you believe suspicious 2FA methods was added to your account, I do believe that, without your permission, please use this link. I click on the link, and this is what it brings me to. There you go. So, what the fuck am I supposed to do from there? So I went back. I was like, maybe it's a mistake. I refiled another report. 3 times I filed the report. 3 times I got the same answer. Your account's still, your email's still there. So when I try to sign in on all my devices, it'll say that please insert your USB key with your password. So they clearly changed the password to some thumb drive or something, a backup key that you need to have. I don't have it. So I'm shocked, though, that why would StreamYard still be streaming to them? I don't understand that. No, I haven't got the new computer yet. So I have no idea. Now I'm worried if they were able to hack that, they could hack all my other shit. So I went and spent the last 2.5 hours changing passwords on everything. My StreamYard is linked to my X account, but presumably it has to have my email and stuff. So I don't know. And with X, I was signed up for like verification. So I don't know what I was paying, $5 a month, $4 a month, something like that. How the fuck do I even cancel that? If they got my account permanently. But I have no idea how to get in touch with an actual human being today. I think Elon fired everyone. But I didn't even think that, oh yeah, I always streamed it X. I mean, I guess I did set up this stream. I set it up before I got hacked. Maybe that has something to do with it. So I think I put this stream up at like 4 o'clock. What a
No,
nightmare.
this profile's linked to your X. I just logged out, logged in. I if we might be able to log into your X once you log out and log back through. We'll talk through it.
Okay. But anyways, lesson learned: two-factor authentication on everything, I guess, from here on out. But luckily, I'm not like. Imagine if this happened and you were like, I don't get monetized on X. But what if you did? And you just had money sitting there. I suppose they could just take it. I've not been clicking on sketchy links. The only thing I use this computer for, other than streaming and like if I'm researching stuff, is Steam. And I got some games on here. But unless Steam fucked me in some way, uh, yeah, I'm gonna have to get a new bank card because it is saved on my phone. So I'll have to redo everything. Yay! But what if there's a logger on my machine? Wouldn't even know how to check. Uh, but honest to goodness, like I'm very confident. I mean, unless it's some fucking news site that I was clicking on through, um, while doing the channel, but I can't think of anything. I've never downloaded music or movies or anything illegally on this computer. I haven't been to any pornographic sites or any shit in this computer. So I have no idea. Like, it's literally. By the way, porn's bad, right? I'll just throw this out here for a second. Shouldn't use porn. It's bad. For real, you shouldn't. But I'm not naive. I've looked at pornography. I'm assuming people out there have looked at pornography. So let me give you just a little piece of advice. If you choose to still use porn, you ready? Don't use it on a computer you stream on. That's really stupid. You don't want to find yourself in the position like Vaush, where all of a sudden your little folder of videos you like to watch pops up on screen. That's stupid. The only thing I'm worried about ever popping up on stream is DMs. But all of my the people that DM me know me. It's literally just like, hey, check out this story. Or what's up with you fighting with so and so. So like even if all my DMs got released, I'm not worried. But still, it sucks. Other people have an expectation of privacy, you know? That's the other thing. On everyone, hey, if you've ever DM'd me on X, I guess your message can now be seen by whoever hacked my fucking account. Yeah, that's right, Dying Slash. It's not art, just don't watch porn. That's true. Yeah, Vaush. See, you guys don't know. Vaush got caught with the horse porn. That was a big thing. Yeah, my DMs with Netanyahu and Putin. It's finally gonna all come out. I'm ruined! Yeah, my ex got hacked. So I mean, I don't know. But there we go. Yeah, I guess I don't know. I don't know what all fucking Vaush got caught with. It's just stupid. I don't understand it. You shouldn't use porn. And I don't understand. Like, my policy is so my office here with my computer set up and my camera, I always act as if the camera's on. Even if I'm 99.999% sure the camera's off, the computer's off, I just always act like it's on. And I act like this is my work setting. So I'm never in here in my underwear. I'm never in here um doing some illegal drug or some shit like that theoretically could get you in trouble because this is a work area. That's it. Now, the one thing that does happen is my kid will bebop in here, and arguably, I don't want my kid seen. Well, not arguably, I don't want my kid being online, but that's it. But Well, that might be a problem. That maybe I use the passwords for different sites too often.
Well, don't
That's
we
right.
we do know about your illegal spider harvesting population
That's true.
going on over there? So we know about that operation, Rob.
Avarice, the account that you sent me is the exact form I've filled out 4 times.
Is
And
that the one?
Yeah, and that's the email they gave me. They said it looks like you still. So I don't know. It
And
says
the name that shows up was from the primary account, not the new account. You put the name from the primary, the
yeah, I
old
put
one.
at robnoerr. Yeah, yeah. And then I was like, well, maybe the problem is because my email's connected to this new account. So that's showing up. So I kept trying to delete the new account, and it won't let me delete the new account. When I try to deactivate it, it says wrong password, but it's not. Nah, they're not going to find a picture of me in the Crucible password. How long was my password? 19 characters, something like that. Between 19 and 21 characters. It includes special characters, includes capital letters, includes numbers. Is this a Dark Side Phil moment? Is this something? No, it's not that. So, I don't know. This is boring, though. I know no one gives a shit about this. I just thought it was funny that the dude, called me and messaged me. I thought that was interesting. I tried to strike up. I was going to be like, dude, you want to come on stream tonight? No, nothing's ever changed with my PC since I built it. But isn't that interesting? Because my phone number is connected to the straight rip. And if you ask not to be muted today one more time, you're banned for life. Period. I don't know what it is about you. You're one of the most annoying human beings I've ever seen. If you guys don't know, straight ripping every time goes, Rob, you look tired. Rob, you look tired. Rob, you look tired. So yesterday I was like, that's it. I'm done. I'm just going to time you out. Not putting up with it. Then today he just put 20 times, Rob, don't mute me. Rob, don't mute me. Rob, don't mute me. Next time you say it, you're done for life. I don't give a shit. You're doing a great job trolling, though. I will admit that. It is annoying as shit. No secondhand parts, eBay parts, any shit like that. Yeah, that's exactly what it was like. The Seinfeld where he calls the dude steals his car and then calls him and is like, when's the last time you've had the oil changed in this? He's like, oh. But I would have happily brought the hacker guy on to talk tonight and be like, how's your job? Give us some advice on how we to not hack us. Yes, I can access X through my phone. But here's the other thing: I won't pay the guy, but even if I did pay him back, how would I be assured that he wouldn't be able to hack it again? They took down the stream from the X page. Did they really? They did. The rotten bastards. Oh, they're listening. Yeah, we're on to you, you motherfuckers. We're on to you. The rotten bastards. So they pulled out my X page, huh? My video. Are you guys watching? Call in. Clearly you have a fucking number I can't trace. Call in. We'll shoot the shit. They did give me a phone number I could call. Should I try to call them on phone? What would we talk about? All right. We'll try to call, but listen. Not from my number. They already texted me. They know my number. I am hitting it big with crypto. Coach Mim apparently is my coach. All right, here we go. Listen, we better get some donos for this. Here we go. Let's try to call him up. You think we'll get... Well, let's hear. Okay. Oh, it claims... The number claims it's from Nigeria. All right, here we go.
The international number you dialed is not available with your plan. If you need more information about international dialing options, it's easy to find at cricketwireless.com/
Womp womp. Oh, bummer. I was all excited. If I knew it was a Nigerian prince, I would have sent the money. I'd been like, shit, you can have my X account. I didn't know it was helping you out like that. I don't understand. Like, now, presumably, this has happened to other people. You would think that X would have some sort of fucking better system. I mean, it's blatantly obvious I got hacked, not just from fucking looking at the channel. Like, you could see the exact moment I got hacked. Like, here, Trump stuff, Iran stuff, Trump approval stuff. And then all of a sudden, my replies are locked, and I'm posting about crypto and getting a new truck. Right? And then they text me. They text me at 6:19. That's interesting. And this post was at 6:23. So that was 4 minutes after they texted me. Thank you. I appreciate it. We're going to need to get those donos in tonight so I could get my truck registered. My nice new truck. Send Elon a DM. From what? I even tried to like at X's support on X. No love. I have 2 followers now. Yeah, I put this post up on my new. I was like, hey, support. My account has been hacked and it doesn't seem like emailing support's done me any good. Can you help me fix this? Nah. I believe their answer is, nah, we're not interested. Well, there's stuff going on. Also, completely random, but when I typed in robnoerr in the search bar, right? Look at this. The first one that comes up is robnoerr is gay. And when I click it, it has 1 follower, and it's at fuck Tom Cruise. What is happening? I'm just, dude, I've pissed someone off. At fuck Tom Cruise is really upset with me. Ah. Oh, shit. I'm still live? Nigerians, I'm live, you sons of bitches. I'll keep this stream going on for days. See, it doesn't show me as live on... It says I'm live. Yeah. You bastard Nigerians! I know you can see this. Give my account back. I'm a boomer. I have no way of getting back at you. But I know you see this. Don't you have beautiful weather in Nigeria or something you could be enjoying right now? I hear your civilization is amazing. Go hack someone that's worth it. What the fuck you hacking me for? I ain't get a new Toyota. No one believes it. No one in my life's going to believe I got a new Toyota. The bastards. You know what it is? Now I know what's happening. I now know why I've been hacked by Nigerians. It's because of my hit segment, I'm Speaking Now. Black women share their truth in 101 stories of love, courage, and hope. I am the Vibranium. Ah, what a frustrating mess. To be quite clear, I don't give a shit about the reach of my ex. I don't use it really anymore, except for reading stories. So it's not like I'm losing out and like, oh man, I get a lot of engagement on X. I really don't. I just wish that whoever got it was doing more than just crypto shit. Like, go at people, right? Start talking mad shit. That's what I want to see. There's this really funny Dave Chappelle bit where he's talking about how there was a guy that like took a Twitter handle that was like Dave Chappelle. And he's like, this motherfucker was funny, but he's picking fights with people. So he picked a fight with Cat Williams. And so Dave Chappelle's like, hey, Cat, and tried to tell him like, hey, I wasn't me. And Cat Williams, he was worried that Cat Williams was going to be pissed. He's like, Cat, I just want to let you know I don't have Twitter. And Cat's like, so what, Dave Chappelle? I don't either. And here it was a guy who stole David Chappelle's name fighting with a guy who stole Cat Williams' name. Rob, your ex account got hacked. Did you click any links? If so, don't delete the message with the link. I don't know. Link for what? They just text my phone. I don't know. The best part of it was like, I find this hilarious. I don't know. At first I was like, fuck you. I'm sending you money. But then I was like, they're like, pay $200 and I'll give you your account back. I said, I'm good. Go fuck yourself. They said, how much can you pay? I was like, $0. Then like an hour later, I was like, it's a bummer. Do you guys make good money doing this? Imagine it's a low amount of people that pay, but probably works out decently for you in the long haul. And they just put, yes, we do make money. A little bit of a, it's like you're both waiting for the subway or the elevator. You're just making small talk. Dude just robbed you. You're like, nice weather though, right? Oh yeah, weather's been nice. Well, hey, anyways, enjoy my wallet. Thanks so much. I just thought that was very nice. Like, yeah, we make money. We do. We make money. Hacking people's accounts. Oh, okay. Good for you. It's a weird thing, though, if you think about it. From their perspective, like, if I was an African, all right. If I was an African, I'd probably fucking hate Americans. I'd be like, fuck them. They got all this money. They don't need it. Fuck them. I'll scam them. Or like these dudes in India. That's how they justify it, right? They're just like, everybody's rich over there. Fuck them. Don't care. Don't give a shit at all. Take their shit. We don't care. So I don't know. Respond with per capita. I don't know. I'm not trying to poke the bear anymore. I did try. I found all the shit I could think of to change my email on. Or my passwords on, but again, I can't believe that I get an email that tells me exactly the steps to take from X, and then it links me to this page. It's Sniper. Is that who's doing it? Now he's raising the price. All right, let's read super chats. Baxter Boy, $5. Thank you so much. Always appreciate it. Rockets Red Glare, $5 says, hey, Rob, would you say someone like me is starting to regret his vote for Trump because I see him as the very neocon he criticized in 2016? He's not the Democrats. He's done a lot of good. He secured the border. The Democrats would have had not only more war, closer to war with a more serious opponent like Russia, but they also would have had 10 million more illegals that came in. They would have pushed a disinformation board that literally would censor people like me online. They'd be going after and arresting people that voted for Trump and supported Trump. They'd be trying to attack your gun rights in addition to your free speech rights. They'd be pushing more abortion laws. That's not to say, yeah, but so what? What's Trump done that's good? Again, he scared the border, which is good. He switched the Overton window. But yeah, I'm frustrated with the foreign policy as well. Wade Boggs, $100. Thank you, man. Says free Rob's X account. We don't negotiate with terrorists. And then some wheel thing. I don't know what that's about. Straight ripping. Thanks. $5 says Americans are traumatized by endless wars and rightfully so. However, do you think we swung too far to the
where they strap 13 kilos
to the non-interventionist side? No, certainly not now. Anyways, Blasterbot, $5 says, I hear Candace Owens had a dream that Mossad hacked Rob's ex. It was X-Men's, Xavier's School for the Gifted. They got me. AJC, $5 says, I blame Blue Sky. Yeah, why not? When in doubt, blame Blue Sky. I have tried hitting my computer with a hammer. It didn't work. I know. What can you do?
My computer was hacked right there. That's what just happened.
Yeah. GG, $2 says, for a few whip coins, please. Oh, thanks. User, $2 says, glad to see crypto training has worked. Got that new truck. Blasterpop, $5 says, just start playing whip songs for 20 hours. That'll show them. Those Nigerians hate it, I hear. Sniper. Price has been raised to $250. No! Bastards. I don't know. Anyways. The panel verse got me. No. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the email's from X. X Access Support. The email is... I mean, how would they know? It's from access-support@x.com. And it's from the same ones. I don't know. It's a big old mess. Are they using AnyDesk? I don't know. I don't know. So I'll try to figure this out. We're not going to sit here all night and talk about my woes. I don't know. But it is a bummer. It's a real bummer. The only thing that, like, I need to figure out how to cancel my payments to X. Fuck them. Like, I'm not going to keep paying for a fucking account that I can't get access to when it's blatantly obvious that my account's been hacked. And I don't even have the foggiest idea where to go from now. They literally have one link you click, you fill out the thing, and it's like, nah, nothing wrong. Okay? I don't think it's my wife wanting me on X less. I think if that was the case, she would just say, get off X. And anything, she wants me on there more. I bother her when I'm not doing stuff. But I don't know. Maybe there's a couple other things I could do. Yeah, see, I do bother my wife. Anyways, let's talk about Oh, Strange. Crystal Strange, what's up? I got hacked on X. Womp womp. That's all we've talked about so far. The Nigerians got me. Don't laugh! They'll get you next! You think it's funny? They're coming for all of you. They're gonna get your asses. Oh, you don't have X right now, Nate. They'll convince you to get X and then hack it. They're crafty, those damn Nigerians. Better watch your ass. They'll get you. Birdie, the dog. $10 says we're laughing with you. I'd be laughing at me. Yeah, quit X and get a MySpace account. There you go. The Nigerians, not so interested in MySpace. Come on, Elon, man. Believe it or not, I may know a guy that has Elon's phone number. So maybe I'll make some calls tomorrow and be like, Elon, buddy, come on, man. It's not like I'm asking for money. I just want my fucking account back. That's all. So, anyways, starting tomorrow, I will cancel my payments to X for my monthly, like, $3 verification or whatever. So, Crystal Strange sending people over. Well, thank you, Chris. Stalk Iran. So, Trump puts this, unless you've been living under a rock, I could bring the post up if you want. I could go to this Nigerian guy. I don't know if you guys are following this Nigerian guy, robnoerr, but man, he's always reposting the best shit over on X. So we're just going to look at his account a little tonight. It's good stuff. But in case that's true. I've been mentioned on Joe Rogan's show. That's true. So Trump basically said, we're going to bomb the shit out of their bridges and their power plants. And then he said today he had a quote that was like, we're going to erase it. I'll read the quote because it's very good.
You want me to bring it up for you?
No, I got it.
Truth post?
I'll get it. I just got to scroll down to my old account and find it. That's
all right. Yeah, I got it maximized just in case.
I'll get it. I went down to yesterday's show. We don't want yesterday's show. We want today's show. That's what we want. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Is this guy hiding my ex-post, the rotten bastard? All right. robnoerr on X. Great follow. Check it out. A whole civilization will die tonight. Never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. However, now that we have a complete and total regime change, where different, smarter, and less radicalized minds prevail, maybe something revolutionary wonderful can happen. Who knows? We'll find out tonight. One of the most important moments in the long and complex history of the world. 47 years of extortion, corruption, and death will finally end. God bless the great people of Iran. Completely paradoxical post there, but it's classic Trump. This is what Trump does. Like, admittedly, it's like, this is fucking, even for him, it's pretty astounding. Whole civilization will wipe. One of the most important nights in the history of the world. But this is Trump. I don't understand it at this point. People freak out about the things Trump says. Don't freak out about the things Trump says. Freak out about the things Trump does. Trump does shit that's worth freaking out over. But this is how Trump's fucking talked forever. And if you read the post, it's like, Iran's really bad. We'll wipe it out. But the people are really good and we're trying to help them. And it probably is going to have to happen. But their leaders are really good. So who knows? Maybe it won't. Trump's always like Trump's negotiating tactic, and maybe it's getting old. Maybe it doesn't work now. But his negotiating tactics basically to appear unhinged and scare the shit out of adversaries. Maybe we'll bomb you into oblivion, but you guys are good people. We want the best for you, but maybe we'll fucking wipe you out. And it's like, he's the type of dude, he'll be like, oh yeah, the leadership of Iran, very smart, very smart. These new guys are very good. They're tough. They're tough guys. See, and all these people, it's like, oh, he's threatening nuclear war. He didn't say anything about nuclear weapons. I took this as just bravado from yesterday, too. Who's your cult leader? That dog? Like, what do you I just took this as like, we're going to bomb the shit out of their power plants and their bridges, and this will be it. They're going to fucking end up economically fucked because we're going to just totally wipe them out. Now, let me be clear. If Trump would nuke Iran in this current circumstance, that'd be unforgivable. Period. For me personally, I would say there is no mission that he's trying to accomplish that would justify, at this point, nuking the country of Iran. But I also didn't think he was going to do it. He might, I guess. But I didn't think it was going to happen. I didn't take it seriously. And there were a lot of people that were taking that like a serious possibility. A comparable level of devastation, I don't think, like wiping entire cities off the face. No, I don't think that. So for me, it was like, I think this is my gut feeling of what's going on. Trump wanted to go in there because he believed that they had gotten close to developing a nuclear weapon. And they had lied over and over again, and he probably felt that they were also responsible for his assassination. Your mileage may vary. You might think that's bullshit. I sort of do. That Trump knows it's bullshit and he's just bullshitting you, or that Trump's believing people in his administration. Either way, it's on Trump. It was all because of Israel, whatever. But I believe that's what Trump thinks, and I also believe he thinks this will help with energy and sort of making China lose sort of one of their allies where they're able to get energy. And then I think he believes that Iran is a situation that will never end. That you'll constantly have the mullahs that'll be supporting terrorism. I don't like the attack. So what I'm telling you is, even with all that, I still don't think this justified us going in there. Not at this time. But part of that's because we've been lied to so many times before, and it is theoretically possible that this time's different, I guess. But even beyond that, because what I see is that it is a capitulation that we're not going to focus on what I think is more important, which is the domestic issues. I think that one of Trump's key motivators at the end of the day, I think Trump wants to be thought of as special. I think Trump wants to go down in history. I think he wants to be liked. I think more than anything, if Trump could it wouldn't be being the most rich person in the world. I think Trump wants to go down as the most consequential president in the world, or in the history of the country. I think he wants to go down as celebrated, Streets named after him. People to say he had the balls to do what no one else would do. That's what I think. And part of that is he's convinced himself, look, maybe I have to do things that are tough, like this Iran situation. But I also think he's still human and a victim of immediacy bias. And if enough people in the country are like, fuck this, he's going to be like, okay, maybe time to wrap this up. I think he truly thought that this would be something that would be quick and that would be supported at least by enough of his own base. That's what I think. And I think what he's seeing is, it ain't that simple. It's not that simple. This isn't going to be Maduro. But we killed like 40 of their leaders. Doesn't matter. And Iran understands, look, if we cause pain economically through closing down the Straits of Hormuz, American people are going to get pissed. The European allies are going to get pissed. And we just have to hold out. And I think Trump's strategy is like, listen, we keep killing you motherfuckers. And if you look, it's so hard to say. Andrew said this in the extravaganza, and it's a true point, but it's hard to say. If you were dispassionate, if you were just looking at this like through a history book or like it was a video game, like you understand the United States is fucking cleaning house, right? Like what have we lost? 14 service members? To probably thousands upon thousands of Iranians in the military? The amount of equipment we've lost compared to them, fucking insane. But everybody knows that's not the win condition. We all know it. We take it for granted. Iran knows it. Trump knows it. The U.S. military knows it. We all know it. The whole world knows. And I think Trump thinks like, look, if we just inflict enough pain, eventually they'll be like, all right. But they also know that. Iran knows that. And they're like, well, they can't do this in perpetuity. And it's different than the Ukraine-Russia stuff. Because the Ukraine-Russia stuff, there was bipartisan efforts to continue to fund that war. That's not what's going on here. How many people, Gav? How many U.S. service members do you think have died? I don't know. You tell me. I'd say the numbers aren't even close. It's well over probably 500 to 1 Iranians that have been lost to Americans. Nonetheless, Iran's going to hold out because they know that domestically, one side of the aisle, the Democrats have lathered themselves up. Like Chuck Schumer and them aren't upset about this conflict. But here's the thing. They've lathered themselves up so much for their base that it has to be whatever Trump does, we do the opposite of. That's 50% right there. Then there's an awful lot of people in Trump's base, myself included, that don't like this. So Iran knows. It's like, look, all we have to do is hold out. And yeah, it sucks for the Iranian leadership and the Iranian, people in the military. But the leadership probably aren't exactly the most sane people anyways. And actually, that's not fair. I don't want to say that. They're probably not the most ethical people, we'll put it that way. Who is? But so I think that Trump then in this environment, he's got several plays. What's Trump's options at this point? If Trump right now would be like, you know what, we're just coming home. It's sort of a disaster for Trump. We could all agree with that, right? I mean, what did we accomplish? We killed Khomeini, spiked gas prices for a while, and what are you going to say? We destroyed their nuclear program? That's what we said last year. That don't seem good. All right. So what else could Trump do? Well, he could talk big. That's the one safe thing he could do. Sure, people will flip the fuck out around the world and back home. Trump's saying we're going to wipe this civilization out. Now, here's the thing. I saw someone say earlier, taco, Trump chickened out. That's what Maduro probably thought. That's what Khomeini probably thought. See, here's the thing. And I didn't like the Maduro situation. I didn't. But here's the thing. One positive, I guess, that came from that is, I think up until the Maduro situation, most of the adversaries that Trump would talk shit on would be like, yeah, he's all talk. He'll attack. The best he'll do is attack like Soleimani, some military guy. That's it. He ain't coming. After the Maduro thing, if you're like a hostile foreign leader like Khomeini, you're probably like, fuck. I mean, but it was the same thing I said with tariffs. You can only threaten it so long before someone's going to call your bluff. Then you got to do it. Now, obviously, tariffs is lower stakes than taking out a world leader or going to war or bombing. So I don't know that the taco thing's quite right. Or you might think, oh, Trump's always going to chicken out. Maybe you think that. I'm not so sure that the Iranians thought that way. The ones that are in positions of power now. They may have thought, this guy might fucking level our entire country. So to Trump, that's an easy thing to do. That's an easy decision. But it was a low probability of working. So now we're on to the next phase. So what could Trump realistically do? He could drop the bombs. But is that really going to help out? Probably not. You're going to piss off the Iranian people that you claim that you're doing this for. You're going to further piss off people back home. Okay. What next? Well, send ground troops into Karg Island. Send in 30,000 Marines to open up the strait. That's going to be massively unpopular. And that's going to be a fucking quagmire that's going to take months, if not years. All the while, you're going to have insurgent type attacks on Marines there. So that's not a good situation. Just coming home isn't a good situation. The best case scenario is you hope that there is political momentum inside Iran to have someone come to power that's more favorable to the West. Probably not going to happen. Or even if they are, they're not going to be so favorable. So now, I think Trump realizes none of these options are good. Now, the problem with a conflict like this is both sides need to be able to go back at the end of the day and say, we won. Like, the Iranians can't give up the Strait. They can't. That's a fucking disaster for them. They can't be like, yeah, we've been defeated. They're going to have to go back and say, we did something. Trump can't just leave now. He's got to be able to say, this was a big thing. We did something. And so I want to preface this by saying I have low hope that it'll work. But the idea of an intermediary, a third country, in this case Pakistan, coming to the table and saying, listen, let's take a break. Let's have some discussions and see if we could get both of you a win out of this. Is at least something. I think probably, and I don't mean this is a good thing. I mean, this is a bad thing for Trump. I think Trump's desperate. And I think he's willing to take the 2-week break. Now, the problem is, the break is contingent on the United States and presumably Israel stops attacking. Trump's still way better than whoever the other options were. So, they have to stop attacking, but Iran's supposed to open up the straits. And any three of those parties, I wouldn't put it past any of them to fuck it up. Look, it's pretty much in Israel's interest at this point, regardless of how much you think they had to do with the planning. Sort of in their interest for Iran to just sort of cease to exist, right? Largely. So a peace deal, maybe. They don't agree with the terms. Then what? Maybe they say, well, we felt threatened. We dropped a bomb. Could be a proxy. Of Iran's that does something. That's true too. There are definitely people that have a vested interest in the conflict continuing. Just not 99% of the world. So, ultimately, I'm not surprised that we're not dropping a nuclear weapon on Iran tonight. I'm not surprised that they found a reason to have, at least on paper, a ceasefire. We'll see. I would be shocked if the ceasefire lasts 2 weeks. I would. I'm not optimistic. But I think both sides were looking for some breathing room tonight. That's what I think. My best guess is that the talks don't work out very well, and at the end of 2 weeks, or even slightly before that, there's some more bombs and escalation, and this goes on for a couple more months. That's guess one. How confident am I of that? Less than 50%. Guess two is that something comes of this that's basically bullshit, and the United States ends up with basically nothing, but can come back and bullshit their way through and see, it was all worth it. That's the next likely scenario, which, to be honest, of the likely scenarios is probably the best case scenario. Third scenario would be that Iran is basically like, listen, we're willing to fucking make real concessions here. But my money's on this ain't going to end anytime soon, and that we'll eventually see Marines on the ground there. That's where my money is. Now, here's the thing. For all the bitching about Trump, and I certainly do a lot, and are we clear? Are we clear that I don't like this war? Are we clear before I say the next thing? One of the things is about Trump, we all have this sort of, what have you done for me lately? I want you to imagine a different world for a second. Imagine that Trump's been fighting tirelessly. Ugh. To secure the border. And he passes executive orders right out of the gate, but he's being held up in court, and states are refusing, and people are still, hundreds of thousands are still pouring through the border. Right? Now imagine that occurred, and then all of a sudden tomorrow, Trump gets soldiers to the border or whatever, he wins some court cases, and just like that, the surge stops. What would we be saying about Trump tomorrow if that happened? It'd probably be something like this, at least for me. I'd say, I don't like this fucking Iranian war, but thank goodness he was able to stop this surge at the border. These fucking Democrats, they'll do stop at nothing to mass import these people. But because he did it on day 2, everyone's like, oh well. So it is the type of situation where it's like, there has been good that's been done. And Trump's literally, there has never been a president that has to fight his own party so hard, at least in the past 50 years. Everything that's, he can't even get his appointments. His own party's like, nah, fuck you. So it's difficult. That's still, the buck stops with him. He still deserves the blame. But I'm just saying, if you put it in perspective. Ah, come on. You can't be serious. About what? What can I be? What have I been incorrect about? What do you think I'm being unserious about? Or maybe you're not talking to me. Closed borders a political position because the opponents that could have been in power right now will actively want you eliminated. It's not true. Trump has not gotten way more support. Untrue, absolute lie. Just an absolute bald-faced lie. Absolute bullshit. I get it. There are reasons to complain about Trump, but shit like this this is. So all of you that thought that like Trump wanted the SAVE Act and his own party wouldn't do it, and Trump wanted appointees and his own party wouldn't allow it, and Trump wanted his Congress to pass laws to secure the border, but with it, you made that all up in your head. Actually, there's never been a president that his own party in Congress does more to support his agenda. Oh, now we've changed. Now we've completely changed. Oh, it's because he's abrasive. Just the post before this, no one's ever had the support like Trump. And now it's, of course he doesn't. He's abrasive. See? Just the same old bullshit. TDS, absolute fucking bullshit. There's room to criticize Trump. I do it all the time. But it's laughable to see how these fucking Trump haters just lurk around. Yeah, that's right. Criticize him, Rob. And then they'll come in with one of the dumbest fucking takes you've ever heard. Did Trump insure each and every one of the people that got in office? Did he do that? Every single one? Is that what happened? Mitch McConnell? If Trump never comes along, either A, the Democrats further flood the country and the Republicans are never going to do anything to stop it, or B, Republicans would have won, we'd be at war with Iran anyways. And he wouldn't have done anything. Do you think McConnell would have won without Trump's endorsing? Maybe he would have had a harder time. There's a 0% chance Mitch McConnell would have lost. And let's see. Take this for what it's worth. No, Trump did not endorse McConnell in his last Senate re-election campaign. McConnell ran for re-election in 2022, his last successful Senate race. He's not running again. Trump and McConnell had a very public and bitter feud at the time, especially after McConnell criticized Trump following January 6th. Trump repeatedly attacked McConnell, calling him a weak and pathetic leader. Trump openly supported efforts to replace McConnell as the Senate Republican leader. Trump never endorsed McConnell in the 2022 Kentucky Senate race. McConnell won re-election easily anyways, defeating Democrat Charles Booker 61% to 38, but Trump stayed completely neutral or hostile towards him. Trump's own words, Mitch McConnell's a bad leader and a disaster for the Republican Party. He backed primary challengers against McConnell allies and encouraged opposition to McConnell's leadership. You were saying? You were saying he endorsed him? Go ahead. Now, perhaps this is wrong. Ball's in your court. You're going to provide evidence that in 2022 Trump endorsed McConnell. Go ahead. Or we're going to move the goalpost. Or 2020. Could be wrong. That could absolutely be wrong. It did say 2022. Going to hyper focus on one guy. You said he endorsed McConnell. Well, why focus on McConnell after you're the one who claimed it? This is what's so frustrating. There's plenty to criticize Trump about. Why do people have to lie? Just fucking Focus on the shit to criticize him. Or just say, oh, my bad. Or actually, I think that's wrong. Here, let me show you. I could be wrong. I don't know. My guess is Trump would have supported McConnell. He would have ran in 2014, so Trump wasn't in office. But if you would have told me, hey, McConnell was up for re-election during Trump's first term, I'd been like, yeah, Trump probably supported him. I just wanted to look. And I remember they fought, but I didn't know if it was around the time of his election. You don't have to know everything. That's fine. But when you say, he supported McConnell, and it's like, well, this shows that he didn't. It's like, oh, well, what about the others? Of course, you just focus on him. Trump certainly pushed people that I think are bad, that didn't like him. I talk about it all the time. And one of Trump's biggest failures in his first term. Put John fucking Bolton and Bill Barr. I said the buck stops with Trump. But if you're unwilling to admit that he's fighting a huge uphill battle, that's because he appointed bad people. He suggested bad. Cool. Who was running that would not have endorsed Thune? Go ahead. Who should we have elected? Not Trump. Who would it have been? Give me the big anti-Johnson, anti-Thune candidate that was running. Who was it? Go ahead. I'm willing to hear it. DeSantis? He doesn't strike me as a guy that would have been like, no Mike Johnson, no John Thune. Vivek? Who else was even a possibility? Kristi Noem? Jeb Bush? I'm open. I'm not saying there's no one. The problem is, given the cards we have, what are we supposed to do? Supposed to vote for Kamala? I think that would have been a disaster in a million ways. I personally would have chosen Vivek or DeSantis over Trump. Okay, it didn't happen. No one else had a chance. Even Vivek and DeSantis didn't have a chance. If you go back to 2016, who was in that field? Is that where we hold our standards? Everyone else will endorse swamp creatures, so we have to accept Trump endorsing swamp creatures, and we can't criticize. Who said we can't criticize him? Name a streamer that's criticized Trump more for that sort of shit than me. Where did I ever once say you can't criticize? I didn't say that. I said that it's perfectly fine. The buck stops with him, but it is important to put in perspective that he has an entire apparatus party from the day he came down that escalator that fucking hates him. It's true. It's not. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. If you thought Trump was going to be the last hope and the savior and he's let you down, he's let you down. There's nothing to change that. But that doesn't mean you can't look at the picture and say, well, where do we go from here? We take your advice. This is what'll happen. If some dumb shit like this that just wants to just straight up make shit up, then we're just going to go back to it'll be Rubio. Ted Cruz, he'll be next in line. Because it was all Trump. See, it was just Trump. Trump was really bad. It was him. If we just get back to Republican politics the way they were circa 2014, then everything will be fine. Thanks, Naughty Germ. Appreciate it. Snipers, $5 is terms of change, Rob. Show us your penis. Now! Naughty Germ, thanks for the 5 as always, man. Says, popping in sport, boss is bouncing around. Well, thank you. For all the complaints people may have against Trump, the Republican Party, you made up the McConnell thing. No, he endorsed McConnell. Did anybody run in the primary against McConnell in 2020? He endorsed McConnell as vote for this Republican against this Democrat. Yeah? He shouldn't have done that? Then he immediately said, don't give him a fucking position of leadership. He fucking sucks. He's what's wrong with the party. Nah, I didn't get my account back. I've been streaming. I haven't really done much. Who was McConnell's primary opponent? Whoever it was, if there was a primary, there's zero chance that Mitch McConnell's losing in the primary. There were 17 candidates. It says McConnell got 94% of the vote. So the idea, I don't have a problem with Trump supporting Mitch McConnell. I have a problem with like John Cornyn. If Trump supports John Cornyn over Ken Paxton, that's a problem. There have been times when Trump supported sort of more establishment candidates over candidates that were more MAGA type. Absolutely true. I don't think that McConnell was the issue. And Trump was adversarial to McConnell immediately after McConnell's election. So for you, who brought up right out of the gate, McConnell, Trump supported him. What was he supposed to do? Well, Massey sucks in a lot of ways. But Trump's wrong to have just supported Massey, or to attack Massey as much as he had. Because of all the people that are problems, Massey's way down the list as far as I'm concerned. I said people like McConnell are fucking Trump. You said Trump supported him. So just to be clear, if any Republican president that you like ever says, get out there and vote for all the Republicans in this election season, who's running here? Mitch McConnell. You'd say, when McConnell fucks your candidate later, and I smugly say, your guy supported him. He did. He said to get out there and vote for him. You'll say, yep, you're right. I got to blame my guy. He should have said, vote for no one or vote Democrat. That would have made more sense. Yep, absolutely. I'm also interested in pragmatic politics. I asked you, who will we vote for? Who was it then? If not Trump, who was it? And your answer was, we can't criticize Trump because everyone was shit. No, I never said that, but I noticed you didn't answer the question. I noticed that. Trump was always going to have a difficult time draining the swamp. I don't know that anyone could. It may be too late. The country might be unsalvageable. That's how bad the corruption is. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to criticize Trump when he does shit that's a fuck up. So I'm like, hey, I'm all ears. Who should we vote for? Well, Nick Fuentes says vote Democrat. That doesn't sound like a good idea. Okay, next. What's our next option? There's a lot of good things that came from Trump. One, the Overton window has shifted immensely, so we could actually talk about things that would have been verboten to talk about 10 years ago. People could stand up and say, we don't want the fucking Mall of America overran by Somalians. Now, does it do anything policy-wise? No, but it does shit culturally. And maybe that means the next time we have an election, we could actually put someone who will take the ball and move it further. I know this. The Democrats want me eliminated. Maybe not dead, though, as Charlie Kirk shows, if you become effective enough, that's how they feel. They want millions upon millions of people to hate me to be brought into this country and be voters. That's what they want. I give a shit about that more than foreign policy. That's one of the reasons that I'm upset with Trump right now. And I watch the people that bitch about Trump, rightfully so, basically throw up their hands and say, there's nothing that can be done. Just vote Democrat, do nothing. We've been better off. They're wrong. From my perspective, they're wrong. Nope, don't think we're getting a Congress to keep the ball moving this year. I do not. Largely because of people like you. We can't even blame Congress because people like you say it's all Trump's fault. Trump endorsed them. People like you, the Blackpillers, the everything's horrible. There's probably no political option whatsoever. That's why we won't get a Congress. Largely because of assholes like you. Big part of it. I think J.D. Vance is still the favorite. Thank you, Vita, for the $2. Really appreciate it. Caleb, $2 says, get those donuts and smash the like button. Thank you. Adam Adamant, $5 says, how do you feel about a compromise where Trump appoints Paxton to replace Bondi and Trump endorses Cornyn? I'd be okay with that. I think Paxton would do a good job in that position. I still don't like Cornyn. No, you didn't make Trump make unpopular decisions. You represent a mentality as to why we'll never be able to do anything. You probably don't even vote in the primaries. Same mentality we see all the time. I thought Trump would solve everything, and he didn't. And so, woe is me. And there's no solutions. Politics can't be the answer, so just blackpill it up. Geez, why didn't we get a Congress that moved things in the direction I liked? It's a mystery. Oh, well, back to blackpilling. There's no political solution. It's not you. You're a nobody. I don't mean that rudely. I'm a nobody as well. But it's that mentality. People just assume, I don't have to get out there in the primaries. That's not important. Well, these are the fruits. Right, violence. Be gone. I don't give a shit. Go ahead. Go be a hero. Have fun in the gulags like the January 6th people. There you have it. There's the person I've been discussing this with. Oh, it can't be political. It's got to be violent. Got it. Fed posters. There you have it. Now you know. Now you got it. And make no mistake, that is a large portion of the people you see like that. The black pillar, they're just Fed posters. That's it. Go ahead, talk to them. Have fun in the fucking clink. Yeah, man, whatever. Just stop talking about it here. I'll ban you. Whatever. Go fuck yourself. We don't like the Fed post bullshit, as you may imagine, so. Many of the, that's right, most of the January 6ers were innocent, and they got locked up like that. What do you think will happen to the people that aren't innocent? That's exactly my point. Ask them. That's exactly the point. You'll go to fucking prison just talking about it on some YouTube chat. But hey, more power to you. Don't commit the violence in my name. I'll have none of it. I don't understand it. By the way, if you're in an online group, a chat room, a Discord or whatever, and someone's talking like that, there's a non-0% chance that guy is a Fed. Just so you know. Just so you know. That's who you're talking to. Someone's sipping a coffee at Langley. And we're sitting here arguing with him. Pardon the January 6th, folks. That's true. The mass elimination of jobs at the Fed, it's good news. I'm not accusing you of being a Fed zero, but I'm saying you may as well be. If you're not a Fed, the Feds will be watching you, so. I just don't understand it. Anyways, getting back to the point, tons to criticize Trump for, but there's positive things that have occurred. And the point I was trying to make is, if, and I think this is a long shot, but what if 2 weeks from now, the United States is done in Iran? Gas prices begin to fall. And Trump's out there heavily pushing the SAVE Act. And we get some form of voter ID. Would it be a bust? I don't know. The problem is everyone, myself included, is sort of always a victim of what the news story of the day is. Trump sucks today. Okay? And I think you're already starting to see it. A lot of these polls take with a grain of salt. I do believe, we were talking about a poll yesterday, and I believe this. There was a poll that suggested that Republicans' favorability currently is higher than Democrats' favorability. Now, I don't know that I believe that, but I believe it's close, and Republicans may slightly be ahead. But everybody hates the Republicans. Those things are true simultaneously. People despise the Republicans, and they despise the Democrats. That's the truth. And it's fucking pathetic. It really is. And I say this as someone who voted for Trump 3 times. It's a fucking joke that this is the best we have. We're lucky to even have him. But it's a joke. That's how bad our leaders are. They're so fucking bad. And so, from both sides' perspectives, if you're looking at the 2024 election, you're like, holy shit. And you're a Democrat, you're like, Republicans just won the Senate, the House, the popular vote for presidency. They won the presidency. They're probably going to get to appoint more Supreme Court justices. This is a fucking disaster. People were saying, it's the end of the Democratic Party. Not so fast. Give the Republicans a year to govern. People are fucking fed up. What? Then they look over and they're like, wait a minute, what's the other side doing? Well, we elected a moderate Democrat governor in Virginia. How's that working out? Taking everybody's guns, but carving out a little loophole for the people in the government of Virginia. All this DEI bullshit. It's a disaster. The problem is the actual policies of the Democrats and their cultural positions are 80-20 losers. But Trump's fucking super unlikable, and the Republicans don't do a fucking thing. So you're left as a choice between, like, I don't know, is Trump some madman that's going to get us into World War III? And are the Republicans ever going to do a fucking thing? Or do I vote for the guy that's going to put fucking biological men in my daughter's fucking bathroom? And vote to leave prisons empty? And import millions of people and send them a bunch of fucking fraudulent money while I struggle to get by? Now, I'm fucking with the Fed guy there, but to be honest, I share a lot of his concerns. Trump did fucking support some of the worst people. The buck stops with Trump ultimately. It just does. You're at war. You're fighting an uphill battle. Your general leads you into battle. You lose. The general lost. There's a chance they step down, and they're getting older. I'm just saying, let's take a moment to realize there's never been a president that's faced a more hostile opposition from his own party. Now, if you hate Trump, you say, well, that's because Trump's so bad. Now, I could bring up, and I didn't get a chance today, the Dignity Act. The Dignity Act. Isn't it amazing? 90% of Republicans want voter ID, and Republicans can't manage it. But we could get Republicans jumping on with bipartisan support of Democrat to grant amnesty. But here's the problem. Trump supports it, or he will. In principle, Trump supports the Dignity Act. The thrust of it is people that were here at least 5 years, that are illegal, that haven't had a serious crime, that aren't on welfare, are allowed to stay in the country perpetually. And they have to pay a small fine for coming illegally. That's amnesty. Letting people off the hook with almost no punishment. To give them a reward for breaking the law, coming here illegally. And you've already heard Trump pay lip service to this. Well, the farmers told me we need these people, blah, blah, blah. And mark my words, Trump will come out and support this, and that will be more of a slap in the face for me than even the Iran shit. Unless the Iran shit gets way worse, then obviously. But here's Mike Lawler and Melania's attorney talking about it with Brian Kilmeade trying to sell this pile of shit to you.
For decades, the presidents have agreed the U.S. must crack down on illegal immigration. You saw Democrat and Republican, right? Now lawmakers are trying to turn that shared goal into policy. At least one is. And hopefully Democrats will flash back and understand they used to agree with this. It's a bipartisan bill known as the Dignity Act. It promises tougher enforcement and worker protections while offering certain undocumented immigrants legal status without citizens if they pass background checks, pay taxes, and stay employed. Supporters are calling it reform, while critics are calling it amnesty. Let's ask the Republican New York Congressman Michael Lawler, who co-sponsored the bill, and Democratic immigration attorney Michael Wilds, who is the immigration attorney of Melania Trump. Welcome to both of you guys. Great to see you. Tell me about the Dignity Act. Expand on it, Congressman Lawler. And is there other Democratic support for this?
Yeah, Brian, this has broad bipartisan support. In fact,
now, right out of the gate, the fact that the Democrats that wanted millions of illegals to come in, if they're like, yeah, actually, this is good, what's that tell you? Right out of the gate. But let's continue.
This Congress, we have added significantly more co-sponsors than last because I think folks do recognize that we have a problem.
No deportation. So if I show you one deportation, will you shut the fuck up? If I show you one? Or will you shut the fuck up, Black Pillar? Are there as many deportations as we would have liked? No, but we do, for the first time in a long time, if you believe the data, have net negative migration. Oh, you're talking to someone else. All right. But you said we have no deportations. We do have deportations. I don't think they're to the level that I would like. And let's not act like they're not fighting tooth and nail against that as well. They are. But again, yes, I would like to see Trump do more. Anyways.
Immigration has not been reformed since 1986, the year I was born. And the fact is, our immigration system is fundamentally broken. President Trump was right to focus on securing the border, and he has effectively done that. We've had 9 straight months of net zero illegal border crossings. He was right to focus on the deportation of criminal aliens. The next step is to actually fix the broken system. This bill is common sense. It says if you've been here more than 5 years, so not the people that came under Joe Biden's disastrous administration.
Okay, first question. So what are we going to do with those people? Let's say we pass this. Great. All right, sure. You were here for more than 5 years. Then what happens to the people that came in under Biden? Is Mike Lawler saying, and as a condition of this bill, they all must be immediately deported, the tens of millions? I bet he doesn't. I bet he says, well, let's see what we could do for those people.
But the people who have been in this country more than 5 years, 10, 15, 20 years, whose children and grandchildren may in fact be American citizens, they would qualify if they have not committed a crime. They pay back taxes.
They all committed a crime. They came here illegally. Hey, none qualify.
They pay a fine. They have a job. And they do not collect government.
Okay, let's run this out. Guy's been here 10 years, right? Let's say he's a productive worker, okay? You tell me, watching, if we pass this, if a guy's been here 10 years, he's a productive worker, doesn't have any serious crimes other than coming here illegal, and he turns 65 and he wants to retire. We deport him then? Now he's not working, right? Or he gets injured at the job. We deport them, right? Now they're not working. Oh, no, they would get to stay. Guarantee. See, what they make it sound like is these are just glorified maids for us all. They'll all stay and do the work that none of us want to do, and they'll be eligible for no benefits, and they're all just a boon. They all have to work. And you know that's not how it's going to play out.
Benefits. They would qualify for a legal status, not citizenship. They would be precluded from citizenship. But this would get people out of the shadows and start to fix the broken system so that we can address some of the major challenges. The fact is, we have a...
No, it wouldn't. This is the same bullshit that's always done. Give amnesty and then secure the border. It's Reagan tried that. Okie dokie, here's amnesty. And the Democrats said, thank you very much, open that border. And Republicans went, hey, wait. And the Democrats were like, tell you what, let's give all these people amnesty. And this time we promise we'll enforce the border. Okay, and open the border up. Sorry, we tried this in the 80s. It was bullshit then, it's bullshit now. And of course, there are a contingent of Republicans like Mike Lawler who want the open borders, who want to displace people. He wants that. And sadly, Trump will probably go along with this.
Over 25 million people in this country undocumented. You're not rounding them all up and kicking them out. The criminals need to...
We could try our damnedest. If you started rounding up enough of them, maybe more would self-deport.
...to go, and the president has been right to focus on that. And the last thing I'd say...
I love it, and he's very smart, though. Oh, Trump will like this. Trump likes it. And what Trump's done's great. Trying to sell this pile of shit because Trump supporters will never eat this up or shouldn't.
Ryan, the president exposed many of the Democrats during the State of the Union when they refused to stand for protecting American citizens over illegal immigrants. I want to end sanctuary city policies. Actually having a comprehensive approach here is the best way to do that.
But what will you do when Democrats are in charge of the executive? You just admitted they're exposed, they care about illegals more. What does this bill do to ensure that the president enforce this law? We already had laws on the book that Joe Biden ignored, that Barack Obama ignored on enforcing immigration. They chose not to. Why would this be any different?
That and force the Democrats' hand, end the sanctuary cities, deport the criminals, secure the border, and fix our broken system.
Michael, could you get behind this? You spend your life and your family, your dad spent a life in the immigration area. Can you get behind the Dignity Act?
My late father was John Lennon's lawyer, and I had the privilege of representing Mrs. Trump. We're blessed with wonderful people that have come through America's golden doors. It's a step in the right direction. It may not be what Democrats necessarily want, but the conversation of onboarding America's talent is good business.
Now, there's plenty of talent here in America. We brought in way too many illegals. We're willing to give away the talent for 100 years to focus on the people here.
Very valuable for us not to only stop bad people from coming through the border. I'm a former federal prosecutor myself, but to also onboard foreign students who are paying tuition.
We don't need the foreign students. We have 500,000 Chinese students. Get them the fuck out of here. Academia is bullshit anyways. 90% of the universities could go, and it would just make the country better. I have no interest in propping up propaganda fucking factories that teach students and young people to hate my way of life. Fuck them.
And then we compete against them when they go to another country.
So that's currently what's happening in the status quo. We bring these people in and then they go back to their countries. We wouldn't have to compete against them if we didn't train them in the first place. If we focused on Americans, then Americans would outcompete these foreigners.
To onboard people into the workforce, to fix the broken immigration system. It was President Reagan, a former Democrat, who later in life as a Republican gave 3 million green cards to people in 1986 that could prove they were here unlawfully in 82. We don't have enough beds, handcuffs.
What more do I need to say? Could you make a better case as to why this is bad? Yes, we did this. Reagan did this, and it led to a fucking disaster. The Democrats told us, if you do this, Reagan, that'll fix everything. Then we won't have a border problem.
And cars to move 25 plus million people out. The question is,
we could try.
We're going to take that golden tool in our toolbox, that very DNA of America, that Lady Liberty portends, that very special thing that our founding documents and parents envisioned.
They did not envision If you think that the Mall of America being overran by Somalis and Dearborn basically having Sharia law was envisioned by the Founding Fathers, you're a fucking liar or a moron. It has not been envisioned that way. The Founding Fathers had slaves. If you think that they planned on having our government ran by foreign-born Muslims, you're a fucking idiot.
And that is a country made up of people with accents, whether they pray on a Friday, a Saturday, or a Sunday, but will help build America's future together. We're not going to deport them. We need to onboard them properly.
Just the same old diversity is our strength bullshit you've heard for the last 30 years.
I want you to both weigh in real quick. And Trump feels that way. There's meat packers, there's people in the service industry, farmers who have voted for Trump who said, you can't throw out my workforce. Like it or not, they're the backbone of it.
Yes, throw out the workforce, arrest the people that are intentionally hiring the illegals. And by the way, this is the real weakness with Trump. That's the number one way to end this. Lock up every motherfucker intentionally hiring illegals for 10 years. Watch how quick the problem's solved.
And the president's talking about a long-term work visa, Mike Lawler. But some Republicans cringe at that thought process. But he told me on radio, he's like, I'm thinking about doing something for those industries, for the illegals here who came here illegally, but maybe don't give them citizenship, but give them long-term visas. Could that be something you get behind, Mike Lawler?
Who's going to prevent them from getting citizenship? 5 years after they have the visa, you know that these people were hard workers. Why shouldn't they be allowed to vote?
Of course. And again, this is what the Dignity Act does. It doesn't give them a pathway to citizenship.
Yep.
It gives them legal status so that they can actually continue working.
Mike Wiles, Congressman Mike Lawler, thanks so much.
Nice little cut there. Now, I have a counter proposal to the Dignity Act. So I'd like to humbly suggest my counter proposal to Mike Lawler. I call it the No Diggity Act. And you'll like the way I work it. Here's what I propose as a counter proposal to the Dignidad Act. You ready? 1 year. Anyone who has overstayed a visa, who came to the border illegally, anyone who's in this country illegally, you have 1 year to report to the feds so that you can be given a nice cushy plane ride home with your possessions. After that year, if we catch you, we will take everything you own, save the clothes you are wearing, and we'll send your fucking ass to the border of Mexico on a fucking cattle car. And then you can find your own fucking way home with no money. And we're going to build a big, beautiful wall to make sure that you can never come back in. That's it. If that sounds inhumane, then go contact your local ICE agent or DHS person right now and get your nice one-way ticket back to your fucking country of origin. That's it. Fuck you. Will we have the resources to deport everyone? No. But every illegal should live in fear every single day of their life. Every day of their life. This could be the day I could go out for ice cream with my family. And there it is. I get swept up at a little fender bender. The police show up. I'm an illegal. And my ass is out. With everything I own. Right to the fucking state. Everything. Goodbye. And by the way, if we deport you once, you're ineligible to get back in. If you come back the second time, minimum 10 years federal prison. Then we kick your ass back out in the fucking fed oranges when your 10 years is done, and we put you right back in that fucking cattle car out. That's it. The No Diggity Act. Get the fuck out. Now, I know there are going to be people that would be swept up in that, and it would be tragic. They'd be great people, hardworking. I know that. I know it. I do not give a fuck. Our opponents have weaponized our sympathy. We do not give a fuck anymore. All of you must go. And if you want to be upset at someone, be upset at the Democrats that intentionally mass imported people to destroy the citizens of this country. Fuck you. Goodbye. Caleb, it's an interesting question. I thought about this the other day. If someone assaults a woman here and they're illegal, do we deport them? So what? They could go across the border again, assault a woman again, go. Or do we say, fuck you? How about 10 years prison? Then we deport your ass. I know it costs money, but the punishment must occur. So what? We deport them, they come back, then what? I want a free ride home. I think I'll just assault an American woman. Then they'll fly me back to my country. Sweet. I'll come back when I feel like it. What's worse than that? They deport me again? Now, fuck that. Prison. So that's my solution. The No Diggity Act. See ya. Okay, it's a felony if they re-enter. Then what? If there's a felony of assaulting a woman, and we say your punishment for the felony is deporting you, not prison, and then they try to come back in and we say there's another felony, what's the punishment? If we're not going to punish them for assaulting a woman, I told my wife, I was like, no one's going to get my joke. Yeah. It is a song. That's true. It's a song. Did anybody get No Diggity? This is, I like the way you work it. No diggity. I didn't know until like a year and a half ago. My wife told me, she's like, no diggity, like no dignity. That's what they're saying. I was like, oh. I haven't got it. Nice. Nice. Let me check this robnoerr guy's X. See, here's something Trump's done that's good. Federal government workforce cratered 18,000 jobs in March. It's the lowest. The civilian federal workforce is the lowest it's been since 1966. 14 straight months of decline. That's excellent. That's excellent news. This robnoerr guy's account, you should follow it, man. He has all this time to put all this shit up while he's in Nigeria. Pretty cool. Rasmussen has Trump 47% approval in their 5-day rolling average. Highest it's been since February. Now, when you ask, well, wait a minute. There's a lot of shit to not be happy with Trump about. Do not underestimate how fucking insane the Democrats are. Again, I'm not telling you not to criticize Trump. I was hard on that guy earlier. If I commented on Shapiro versus Wilson, what are they fighting? I did. I got the family a new tundra. Yes, Ryan, I got tons of crypto tips. Do you got any get my X account back from fucking hackers tips? Ryan, no joke. I don't think we've ever sent anything too shitty on DMs, but you are aware they have all of our DMs now. Ugh. What a mess. The X hackers, they got me. No. See, the song, if you think about it, he's talking about a woman like being seductive. And he says, I like the way you work it with no dignity. Right? In other words, she's like twerking. She's gross. You know how that be. You know how those rappers be. Maybe I'll do another Rob Raps About Rap on the song No Diggity. Thank you. I'm glad you guys like my truck. Thank you. Now we got to get to our dono goal, though, so I could afford the insurance on my flashy new truck. Brian Shapiro said he'd put up $50,000 of his own money to fight Andrew. My password was not password. I had a good password. But the Nigerians got me. They're actually gonna box. They're each gonna put 50,000 up. Good for them. He's gonna try to grab his penis. Allegedly. I don't know that. He just wants to see it. No diggity means no doubt. I think you're full of shit. I think it means no dignity. That's how I choose to look at it, unless my wife was wrong. So no, I didn't comment in that fight because Dark Brain $5 says, yeah, Shapiro agreed to box Andrew $5,000 or $50,000 bet 3 months from now. Uncensored America to host it. MT Alex, thanks so much. $5 on Rumble says Mike Lawler and Mike Wallace can go fuck themselves. Yup. Well said. Anyways, never underestimate. This robnoerr guy has this interesting account. Who right now is the favorite to win the Democratic primary for president? Give me some names. Newsom, yeah. I'd say Gavin Newsom's a favorite. Nothing makes me happier than to watch this dude's fucking wife. This is Gavin Newsom's wife from some old clips that have been unearthed. Watch this shit.
I had to be very raw when we interviewed the young men who were juvenile offenders in San Quentin. I told them about my own loss, where I lost my older sister a few days before my 7th birthday, and I blamed myself for her death. And I share that because that they ultimately were accused of committing these violent crimes and sentenced for life. And I think it shocked them that this, blonde lady who was, interviewing them had a similar story, was perhaps in the wrong place at the wrong time, but wasn't punished the way they were, because clearly it was an accident, but theirs was probably an accident too. So anyway, I share that just because I guess.
Now, to be clear what this psycho just said, when she was 7, she accidentally killed her sister, running her over with a golf cart. So when she goes to San Quentin prison, where adults are prisoned for things like violent assault and sexual offenses and murders, they too are probably in there for accidents like her as a 7-year-old running over her sister. This is how these people believe. They truly feel everyone that's in prison, it's just a mistake. It was just wrong place, wrong time. That's how you have people being left out 36, 37 times to then go on and murder people. Because people like this in positions of power that are getting into politics, that are getting into to be attorneys, that are becoming judges, that are on jury pools. It was all just a big whoopsie for the 30th time. Just an accident. They're just like me. Same thing. Trying to find this meme. I won't be able to find it. There's a meme from the one movie where there's like this white woman and she just falls and all these black people are lifting her up. That's how they feel. Oh, and a blonde woman, for a blonde woman to go in and say this. Isn't that amazing? They're like, we're just like you because she's white and she accidentally killed her, so, and then we're in here for an accident. It's just, she saved us. She did it. There's more clips of this crazy lady. What, this one? I think this is from 2024, a different interview, but here she is.
Like every problem that we have in society right now will be fixed when women come together and partner with our male allies and other allies. But when more women are in the rooms making decisions, changing the status quo and transforming not just our culture, but our society and our economy. I'll give you one example. Look at Silicon Valley. Had more women been early on in those companies or at the tables of power making decisions, I don't think.
Now, by the way, I don't want to insult this lady too much because she's about to tell you the truth. What she's about to say is the truth. Okay? Listen to what she says.
Early on in those companies or at the tables of power making decisions, I don't think we would have so much or have allowed for so much sort of bigotry, racism, misogyny, and hate online. I don't think that we would have the anonymity of it. I think that there would have been ooh, that's unkind. That's not okay. You can't make money off of that, about dividing people, misinforming people, belittling people.
Oh my God, there's 50 things to say on this alone. She's absolutely right. If there were more women, yes, they would have outlawed saying mean things. First she says bigotry, then she says saying things that divide us and, quote, aren't nice. Then she says misinformation. Right! Just bundle it all up. It's all the same thing. Racism and hurting people's feelings and misinformation. And who gets to decide? Well, her and the other women. That's who. She's absolutely right. If there were more women involved, that is what the landscape would look like. Absolutely. Can't hurt anyone's feelings. Of course, they don't give a fuck about hurting your feelings. You can fuck right off. There you have it. Straight from the horse's mouth. There's Gavin's wife. I'm going to risk it. I played this on the extravaganza. And this is a risk. Our good friend Hasan. If you saw the extravaganza, sorry, this will be a bit of a repeat, but I just thought this was too good. And this is the last story I have before I go back to fighting to figure out my X account. Now, here's Hasan. Now, it's, to me, what this clip illustrates, Andrew correctly pointed out just how backwards what he's suggesting is here. But the real thrust of what's happening here is the very groups that the left tell you are sacrosanct, that we have to protect, that are oppressed, are the ones that get thrown under the bus the hardest if they leave the plantation of the left. So here we have an immigrant that fled a violent country to come to the United States. Now we're told, oh, my goodness, this is the greatest thing ever. We must protect these people. So let's see what Hasan thinks of this immigrant to the United States.
Because as Vietnamese refugee, we have endured suffering under the
Look at him fucking eating down there. Whatever.
communist regime.
I mean, before someone makes the obvious joke, do you think Hasan would have came up with this joke? I'll start this over. Do you think Hasan would have came up with the joke? Is this fat guy really bitching about me eating? I don't think he would have came up with it, but it is a bit. I understand if you're streaming for big hours, maybe you need to get a quick bite while you're on, but I really try to not eat on stream unless I'm doing like a 24-hour stream. It's just, I don't know.
Because as Vietnamese refugee, we have endured suffering under the communist regime, and we believe that.
Okay, fuck you, dude. I mean, seriously, fuck you, old lady. Shut the fuck up, you stupid fucking idiotic old lady with your stupid fucking gamer headset. Who has fucked you harder, America or fucking Ho Chi Minh? Suck my dick, old lady. God damn, dude. Yo, fuck this refugee, okay? Seriously. Fuck this South Vietnamese motherfucking whatever, like Christian supremacist psychotic fucking refugee living in America now and able to talk that shit. Why don't you go back and live in fucking South Vietnam in the same conditions, if that's your perspective?
Why? She's saying that Vietnam got fucked by the commies. That's why she's in the United States. This criticism's actually the criticism to levy of fucking Hasan. If you feel so badly about the United States, get the fuck out. Go to one of your communist utopias. Oh, wait, you did. You went and visited Cuba, but you stayed in a 5-star hotel while the people there struggled. The lack of fucking, like, perspective, like, literally, the criticisms he's giving is the criticism of himself. If you feel this way, Hasan, the United States deserved 9/11 and all this shit, get the fuck out. Go to your communist paradise. And then he's like, oh, you come to the United States and love it because you're fleeing communism. Well, if that's how you feel, why don't you go back to the more communist area? What? What the fuck is that? But the big thing is, this is a classic example of these fucking people claiming to care about a protected group, in this case, refugees or women or whatever. Oh, suck my dick, he says. And to me, it brings to mind, in my opinion, the single best fucking clip like this I've ever seen. Hasan is bigger. He's got more influence. But he'll never, ever beat this clip of, in one take, with no cuts, completely destroying your own worldview. From protected group that we always must treat as sacrosanct to fuck this bitch like that. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the all-timer, one of my favorite clips I've ever seen. Mr. Vaush, take it away.
Almost every female friend I have has been the recipient of sexual assault or violence or rape or whatever at some point in their lives. Seriously, it's such a common thing. I think 1 in 4 is probably understating it significantly. I wouldn't be surprised if the rate for sexual assault on women over one's lifetime was as high as 1 in 3 or 1 in 2. We just don't know because nobody fucking reports, because reports aren't taken seriously. That's what Me Too is about.
Good point. Let's hear the clip.
Are on the same level, but things impact you in like bizarre ways. But yeah, like because the perpetrator wasn't white, and because he was like, I'm, you know, part of like a certain religion.
Wait, are we being real?
And the police were basically just like, we can't because of cultural differences, which I don't feel like is such a good.
What? Bullshit. Are you fucking kidding me? Did she turn her fucking rape confession onto how the rape-fugees fucking Ahmed Muhammad raped her and the police were like, oh, we can't persecute brown people? Bullshit! Bullshit! In fucking Australia? Bullshit, dude.
A clip so great, commentary not necessary. What is there to say? Within a minute and a half, this happens to all these women, and the law enforcement doesn't take it seriously, and they're all suffering. This woman's like, yeah, I know, I felt that the police didn't care because it was a Muslim that did to me. Bullshit, this lying hoe. She's lying. Oh, fuck it. Let's do it. Let's, in honor of one of the greatest clips of all time, let's play a little song for our good buddy Vaush. I got it here somewhere. Oh no, did I delete? No. Oh, there it is.
Ride strings in on his high horse so tall, claims he's a savior, the voice for us all. But his saddle's loose, his reins are a lie, galloping words but no truth in his eye. He's a stallion in the mirror, a colt on the ground, naming loud justice but it's hollow in sound. He trots for the mares but the pasture's a sham. Vaush the hypocrite, just a man with no plan. He wears a bridle of virtue so tight, but his hoof prints show where he's lost the fight. Spurs click sharp, yet his actions stay tame. A broken down steed in a hypocrite's game. He's a stallion in the mirror, a colt on the ground, making loud justice but it's hollow in sound. Trots for the mares but the pasture's a sham. Vaush the hypocrite, just a man with no plan. Haystacks bare. He promises fields but leaves dust in the air. Whinnies of wisdom yet the barn doors creak, a hollow hoof beat when the words that he speaks. He's a stallion in the mirror, a colt on the ground, making loud justice but it's hollow in sound. He trots for the mares but the pasture's a sham. Vaush the hypocrite, just a man with no plan.
No, I didn't make that. My band came up with that song months ago. It's one of my favorite songs. It's just a break. It's not the end of the stream. It's just a fantastic, fantastic song. You know? Vaush, a classic steed, bringing in communism, trotting for the mares, you know? Oh, fuck. That was me saying, he's a stallion in the mirror, a coat on the ground, making loud justice, but it's hollow in sound. See? It's me. No wonder the fucking Nigerian stole my X account. Maybe Vaush fans. Maybe. You know who it was? You know who stole my X account maybe? This fucking guy 2 days ago. Austin Hall. 2 days ago. Says $357 a day. Highly unreasonable. And he steals my X account and we're only 50% of the goal? Tisk, tisk. Terrible. AJC, $2. Says, he got a bib on. What the fuck? And then Christopher Scott, fastest change I've ever seen. Yeah, with Vaush, with that clip. Crazy, right? Mangozi, my friend. What's happening over on Rumble? Says, I don't think I could explain 2026 to the me in 92. Yeah, it's weird, man. I know everyone goes through, like, nostalgia, but damn. Feels like we're on the decline, doesn't it? Especially with these lack of donos, huh? Oh, shit. Well, I get it. I was a little hard on that guy earlier. Sometimes I'm too contrarian. Someone will be agreeing with me. I'll be like, Trump sucks. Someone's like, yeah, Trump sucks. I'm like, what's your fucking problem? I don't think he sucks as much as some of the people were saying, but I think he's a disappointment for what he could have been. I guess is where I'm at with it. It's very difficult because you just don't know. The night that Trump went in and got Maduro, now I didn't think it would be as easy as, or that it would be as bad as Iran. I knew Venezuela nowhere near the type of situation that Iran is. But that night, I was like, yeah, fuck this. And I still didn't particularly like it. But does anyone really think that the displacement of Maduro and the capturing of him, that's going to move the needle to the average voter? No, it's not. Went down very effectively, in and out of the news cycle in a week. Remember, if you just go back, where are we at here? A year and 3 months? Think of the news cycles that we've heard that were the biggest story. Mass riots against ICE. Kilmar Obrega Garcia. Remember that shit? That was a big thing. Alex Preddy, Renee Good. Doge, attacks on Teslas. How about when that fucking lunatic shot at the ICE facility and killed 2 detainees? Charlie Kirk being assassinated. Remember bombing Venezuelan boats? That was a big story. Remember that? It's like every other week we have a story that this is it. This is the biggest thing. Now, I'll be clear. I think the Iran situation certainly has the potential to be long-lasting and a fucking disaster more than, the Nobel Peace Prize, yeah. Greenland, yeah. Just go, it's hard to, I fucking stream on an almost nightly basis and I forget half the stories. So, it is amazing how fast things can turn around. Or what seems important today, all of a sudden 3 weeks later, like right now it feels like this Iran story will be an albatross over Trump's neck for the rest of his administration. That's what it feels like. But it's not. Or rather, it probably won't be. It may. Canada, the 51st state, yeah. And so I see people that are like, it's okay to be pissed. It's okay to criticize Trump. I get it. Put it into a little bit of perspective. He's done some good. I think the best good he's done is move the Overton window. And that's not because he's playing 4D chess. It's not even because of him, really. It's just because of what he stood for as a kind of a fuck you to the culture and the direction it was going. So we don't know where we'll be a year from now. We don't know. But it's not worth blackpilling. I'm sure my mods probably banned that dude for pseudo-fed posting. But in case you're still listening, and I don't blame them, don't go down, in all seriousness, don't go down that road. You're not going to win, one. You're just not. I'm not saying it won't ever get to the point. It may, but we're not anywhere near there. At least not in the next 15, 20 years. The Civil War will be low intensity if it's to occur. It'll be like our law enforcement's refusing to cooperate with your law enforcement. And we're going to sue you in court, and we're going to leave these criminals out, and we're going to do this, and we're going to balkanize, and they're going to balkanize, and sure, we'll be watching impeachment hearings. Yeah, Steve nails it. 4 weeks ago, it seemed like ICE protest deaths, then the retreating from Minnesota. It looked like it was going to be the end politically. No one hardly remembers it. If voter ID gets passed, and then all of a sudden imagine that this case out of Florida that's looking at James Comey and shit, let's say they actually charge Comey and Brennan and a bunch of other people. Maybe they even go to jail. Because it's in that one, if they charge them, there'd be a little hope. I'm still not going to hold my breath because it would be in Florida. It's not in D.C. All of a sudden, people would be like, yeah, it's pretty good. If the economy's doing okay. The economy right now is, it's not great. It isn't. Trump makes a mistake and deserves criticism for pretending it was really great. It's not. But a lot of it's still trying to recover from the disaster of the last 4 years. But there are inroads. You could see the makings. Forget about the tariff shit. I think that there was good reasons to try it. Fuck the Dow. I don't care about the Dow or the GDP. How about jobs going to Americans? How about real wage growth being up? So, for all the doomer stuff, you know, Andrew's going to be debating Owen Schroyer. Has Trump's presidency been a success? What do you guys think? Well, I guess it's how do you define success? Has it lived up to the expectations? I would say no. Had it not been for the Iran strikes, I would have said, it's about what I expected, which isn't great. The Iran thing for me, I'm like, no, because I didn't expect that in a negative way. Yeah. Is it the lesser of two evils? Probably. Is it a success? I.e., given the two choices we had, was it the correct choice? Yeah. And there have been successes. You think Owen Schroyer is going to annihilate him? We'll see. I wouldn't put my money on that. And I like Owen Schroyer. Don't get me wrong. I think Andrew likes Owen Schroyer too. So I think it'll be a fun debate. Where would online speech be? The Overton window shifted some. I mean, is it even possible that had Trump not ran in 2016, that it could be not just some blowhard like me. I would have been banned immediately. But we actually have mainstream people that'll just straight up be like, you know what? Fuck this, Muslims taking over. Fuck all that shit. The cultural window is moving. Is it the policies coming with it fast enough? Of course not. Can you blame Trump for a lot of that? Yes. But we have a president that did this.
Gonna drown my sorrow, no tomorrow, no tomorrow. And I find it kind of funny.
Pointing out that the Mall of America looks like Little Mogadishu. So, I don't know. I could argue either side of it. I could argue it's been a success or it's been a failure. I could. I guess it depends on what your expectations were. I told you, I thought there was only a 5% chance that Trump would do anything significantly on the big issue, which was draining the swamp. Yeah, that was the Mall of America. That's the Mall of America right there. The biggest mall in the country.
Find it kind of sad. Gonna drown my sorrow, no tomorrow.
Minnesota. So, I can argue it either way. I think that I had low expectations. I think I viewed Trump as more of the hold the line and let culture catch up and then have that move into politics. That was my idea for Trump. Though I have to admit, those first couple months, the Doge shit, I was like, yeah, wow, all right. And it's been, I'll be honest with you, it's been downhill since then. Now, we got rid of Pam Bondi. Let's see. Maybe we'll get some results. I won't hold my breath. Now I owe one whip song. But first, look at this. Roy the Boy, $50. What an absolute G. Amazing. Blasterbot, $5 says, I donate more, but I heard about this great new crypto opportunity. This really cool X account. Fuck you people, by the way. It's funny. It is funny, but I gotta be honest. I've never been hacked like so blatantly like that. I'm kind of like, damn. But I'm glad you all are having fun. Caleb, $5 says, you're awesome at this, Rob. Screw the haters. Thank you. Baxter Boy, $2. Thank you so much. And Pandemic Slam, $5 says, keep the donos rolling. I hope so. We're going to try to do like one dono stream a month that's like dicking around time, but it ain't going to be 24-hour whip song bullshit. We ain't doing that. That's a once-a-year job. And then every 3 months, we're going to do a special like show like that. So I announced in June will be the Blasterbot Dino Battle Spectacular. We will, when we get closer there, I will let you know. Can it be a 12-hour whip stream? Probably not. How about a get my fucking X channel back from the Nigerian hackers? The bastards! They did me dirty. They got me. 24-hour bus. Fuck you guys. Look, if you guys are willing to donate, we'll do $1,000 an hour. If you're donating $1,000 an hour, I'll stick around for the next hour. If you put in 24 hours worth, so be it. Hell, we'll do $500 an hour. You people are insane. You really are. It'd be nice to just reach the goal tonight. Talk about 16-hour whip streams. I can't believe I was wrong about the no diggity thing. I'm going to look that up. And if that's wrong, I was speaking that as the gospel because my wife told me no diggity meant no dignity. I just assumed she was right. And now if she made me look a fool online, she's in for it. Cha! Not really. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I'm sort of a puss. I don't even kill spiders. Like, I'm not the type of guy, I'll never hit my dog. I'm not going to ever spank my son or anything like that. I'm more about psychological violence. That's my game. So I'm not going to physically abuse my wife. I just constant torment. Just little bit every day. That's my game. Drive her right to the breaking point and then pull it back. My son's getting good at that as well. Like, he'll do something to just straight up piss my wife off, and then he'll, like, run over and he'll grab a flower from the yard and be like, yeah, I got you for this, Mom. And she's like, oh, it's so sweet. I'm like, yes. He's already learning. Push right up to the brink, then bring it back. Do something sweet, then push again. Yes, that's right. I'm pulling in Iran. Hopefully my wife never pulls a Trump and just decides to end me. I didn't really talk about the Artemis launch. I don't know what to say about it. It was a success, right? We talked about the shitter. You know? All right. I owe one whip song for the great Wade Boggs. Did they hack my whip wheel? Did the Nigerians get to the whip wheel? Oh, my goodness. See, you're all picking on me. If the Nigerians hacked the whip wheel, I feel like Wade Boggs would go on a one-man wrecking crew through Nigeria to find who was responsible. But with just my ex account. All right, let's play Wade's one song. It's all Nigerian. Yeah, my ex account was really hacked. Yes. Oh, if only it was Nigerian war pigeons. All right. Here we go.
Where there's a whip.
Just Twitter for now.
Where there's a whip, there's a way. We don't want to go to war today, but the Lord of the Lash says nay, nay, nay. We're gonna march all day, all day, all day. Where there's a whip, there's a way. 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 Left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Where there's a whip, there's a way. Left, right, right. A crack on the back says we're gonna fight. We're gonna march all day and night and more for. We are the slaves of the Dark Lord's war. For we are the slaves of the Dark Lord's war.
We did it, folks. We did it. We've made it to the end of another show. Ah, Colvic's raiding over. Colvic, my ex account got hacked by Nigerians. Ah! They got me, the motherfuckers. Now my account gives out crypto advice. The bastards. Keeping a man down. The real tragedy, I can't figure out fucking X's. They are not very helpful in attempting to get your shit back. I'll say that. I feel like they could they do a little better. That's all I'm saying. What a mess. It says, here, can I show this without anything too crazy popping up? Here, how do I screenshot? Print screen, right? Yeah. Here is the first message I got. Just so you guys could see what I'm dealing with. These clever Nigerians. Where am I looking? All right, you ready? This is the first message I got. Your email address has been changed. @robnoerr has been changed to that. So that's nice. When I click that button, it just takes me to fucking... It says, please secure your account. Okay, I click it, and it just takes me to my X account now. Now, if they can't tell that the guy that changed my fucking email to that isn't a hacker... Ugh. Brian Shapiro made $1,000 bet with his debate tonight. Who did he bet? Hey, thank Dean Jacob for being a member. I didn't even know he was debating. Who's judging the debate? Him himself? Let me guess, he'll say he won. No! Don't tell them that. On modern day debate. No. Look at that. 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. I will never bet online with shit like that. I just don't. It's a bad precedent to set. Just nope. And I also don't know that YouTube and other places like that. So I just won't see it happen. Thanks, Bobby Moose. I appreciate it. Unless you were thanking the guy that gifted you. Then go to hell. No, I'm just kidding. The truck I bought was very nice. Apparently it's a Toyota. Can't beat it. Reading this email. I don't know. I have no clue how to get my fucking X account back. I'm just shamed. I'm shamed. I'm beaten. There's nothing to be done. I didn't meet my dono goal today. My X account got stolen. My wife told me no diggity meant no dignity. I look like a fool. The Nigerians are laughing at me. The bastards! Yeah, I didn't click a link. I literally just got a text message. That's it. I got a text message from the Nigerians. They called me first and then sent a text message. Pretty cool, right? They said, do you want your X account back? I said, sure. They said, okay, pay $200 and I'll give it back. I said, go fuck yourself. Maybe I should have tried to butter them up a little before I told them to go fuck themselves. Ah. Oh, Sarah and Dusty and company. Yeah, well, I'll have more to say on that when my lawsuit gets tossed here. Gotta be careful what you say with litigation pending, right? So, should have them read some chicken soup for the soul. I think that's what we mean, half truths. You told me no diggity meant no dignity. And everybody in the audience is telling me that's bullshit. And now I look like a fool. Everybody's laughing at me. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do tomorrow for the extravaganza because I had my algorithm curated so that I could find news stories. I don't know that I'm going to... This... Do you know how shady that sounds? Send me your social security number. I don't know how to verify that. No, that's what I did. They was it Aaron that told me that? You could watch the extravaganza on the Crucible's Rumble channel. Yeah, I figured I'll ask Andrew to. Meanwhile, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do for the extravaganza. How am I going to find stories without the algorithm? I just don't know. It's a bit frustrating, though. Well, you know what I can do? I could raid someone. That I'm capable of. Who are we raiding this fine evening? I could say the chat failed not reaching the dono goal, but it's me. It's always me. I'm a failure. I've learned to live with it, though. It's all right. I get it. I'm a failure. We'll raid our man, Mr. Bill. I haven't raided him in a hot minute. He's a good guy. Yeah, 2 days in a row not hitting the dono goal. Everybody sees the writing on the wall. I'm a failure. I am a verbal combat champion. That is true. True. No. I don't know that I can raid modern day debate, but I probably wouldn't anyways. I usually try to raid people with lower subscriber count than me. Is what I normally try to do. But you guys can feel free to go over to Ray Ryan Shapiro. He's the best. Yes, that's true. He is the best. Yeah, the VK Avatar. Yeah, the Bo Ride Show. Pretty badass. Well, I could raid Speakeasy, but I raided him like last night and the night before. So I thought I'd raid someone different. But you guys are welcome to go where you want. It's all right. If you can't afford to donate, who gives a shit? You guys are awesome. Please. In all seriousness, I'm doing okay. If I get to the point where I can't afford my bills, Raid Darkside Phil, where I can't afford my bills because I'm not making enough donos, then I'll bring it up, and I'll probably have to get another job. But that's okay. Then I'll get a job. But so far, we're doing really great. Just because we miss our dono goal once in a while So what? I have to go take it out on my wife. There's no, you know, that's all right. Get the old backhand working a little. It's okay. Sometimes. You know? I'm just kidding. So thank you all so much. I want to thank my band Avarice, thank my editor, Black Elk, who's tremendous, all of my moderators. I want to thank the country of Nigeria for facilitating the stealing and reappropriation, finally, reparations in the form of taking my ex account. Rotten bastards. Oh, yeah, Grumple, do that, man. I would appreciate that. You I trust. I know you. The other guy, it's like, give me your email and I'll fix this. It's like, he probably means well, but that's probably how I got myself in this fucking situation in the first place. Oh, Scott Hotbed. He hasn't given up on the goal. He donates $5 to get us right to 69%. We could do it. Someone could donate $111 right at the end. Yeah, $55 would be a whip song. Totally true. 100 would be 2. Oh, look at that. Tisha Brobley, $5 says, love your views, Rob. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Look at that. Moving on up. Now we only need 50. 69. Nice. Nice. I don't know, Rumplers. What do you think? These YouTube people, am I right? I got to figure out what to do. I didn't even think until right now, like, oh, I'll just start a new X account. I don't give a fuck. But the algorithm. I had my algorithm tailored. It was like a fine-tuned machine. It had just enough left-wing shit to push, like, to give me that side of the argument, plus shit. It was very good. It was a fucking fine-tuned machine. Oh, yeah, I'm on Rumble. I'm Normal America over on Rumble. It's all fucked up. All fucked up. Yeah, Mr. Constantine got me. Bastard. Rumble donos don't count. Mangozy, $10. Over on Rumble, thank you. If Rumble gets to 100, then I'll play a whip song. Right now, they're at 35. Mangozy, tremendous over on Rumble. It's always appreciated, man. I get it rolled back. It's going to be what's frustrating to me, though, the whole thing is like they got, like, X got a little contact us, and then they have a form you fill out, I got hacked, and they're just like, no, you didn't. Your phone number is still connected to the account. Yeah, but then it asked me for, like, a 2-factor identification that they changed, and they changed the email connected to the account, so I can't do anything. I don't know if they can see my card info, but I'll tell you this much, I'm canceling the fucking card, because I don't know. So I got to fucking go through that process, which then once you cancel the card, that means everything that, all my bills that automatically come out of that card, fucking, I have to monkey with all them. That's what's happened. Oh my goodness, Adello. Oh my God. What an absolute legend. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Says, keep up the good work. You're not a failure. We all appreciate you. Thank you, man. Listen. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. That's a huge amount of money. Thank you so much. But let me say something before I play whip songs and all of that. I have a very high opinion of myself. But I also am very hypercritical of myself. I think that I am a success because I think I'm a pretty good husband and a pretty good father. And if I lose every debate I ever do, and I come on here and everyone's like, Rob's takes are dog shit, that's by far to me secondary to trying to be a good husband and a good father. And I think I do okay. I think I could get way better. But, so if I'm on here and I'm like, I'm a failure, trust me, I don't really feel like that. I'm not depressed. I have a lot of back pain all the time. I'm working through it. We're going to get better on that. But that's it, man. My life's pretty fucking good, and I'm blessed. So, but I appreciate the sentiment like you wouldn't believe. So thank you. That is 5 whip songs. 5 fucking months. Well, it's fair enough. Now listen though. What an absolute unbelievable. Adillo, thank you again. But you're gonna collectively, I think the rest of the chat could match that. The 250. I think you could manage it. But for the sadistic of you, we'll play some whip songs. It's so funny not having my X account. Now I realize how much I rely on it for my show. It's so weird. I've not put any more cool pics of my Toyota truck up. I do assume you're all wealthy Nigerians. All right. I should have came on and said, oh, and they also hacked the whip wheel. And I think the audience would have collectively came together and been like, we get to the bottom of this. Instead of just making fun of me.
There's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way.
We don't wanna go to war today, but the Lord of the land says nay, nay, nay. When I march all day, all day, all day. Where there's a whip, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a whip, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Left and right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. There's a will, there's a will. A crack on the back says we're gonna fight. We're gonna march all day and night and more. For we are the slaves of the dark Lord's war. Lord's war, Lord's war, Lord's war.
Where there's a way, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way, there's a way. Where there's a way, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Hey, look at this. Dart Salvation, $5 says you're the man. Rob Nut wants to pick. Thank you. Really appreciate it. And Sig, what am I? Guns on the mind. 6G23, $5 says my part. I work with a lot of Nigerians. Put in a good word for me. Let them know I'm not a bad guy. I've never done shit to Nigeria. I cheered on their bobsled team in that John Candy movie. I think I got that right? There's some words.
There's a whip, there's a way. Where there's a whip, there's a way. go to war today, but the Lord of the Lash says nay, nay, nay. We're gonna march all day, all day, all day. Where there's a whip, there's a way. Where there's a whip, there's a way. We're gonna fight, we're gonna march all day and night and more. For we are the slaves of the downwards.
Hey, we did it. Next. That one's kind of catchy, I'll be honest. I hate them all, but that one's a little bit catchy. What nightmare do we have next? Gotta be ashamed of yourselves that came up with these.
There's a way, there's a way, there's a way, there's a way, there's a way. There's a way, there's a way. We don't wanna go to war today, but the Lord of the Lash says nay, nay, nay. We're gonna march all day, all day, all day, all day. There's a whip, there's a way.
That's the code. What are you talking about? This pisses me off. I'm fighting with X right now. It's not working. I'm losing the battle. Motherfucker. Whip songs and fighting with X. It's going well. Oh my god.
Where there's a whip, there's a way. Where there's a whip, there's a way. We don't wanna go to war today, but the Lord of the Lash says nay, nay, nay. We're gonna march all day, all day, all day. Where there's a whip. march all day and night and more, for we are the slaves of the Dark Lord's war.
So let me show you where I get. Just so you know, right? This is where I could get it. It says, use your code generator app to generate a code and enter it. I don't have a code generator app. That's the problem I'm facing. Then if I click choose a different verification method, it says use the generator app or use a backup code. I don't have the backup code. But apparently they signed up with the two-factor authentication that uses a particular code generator app. I tried just making up a code. It's like, no. Right. So they changed the two-factor authenticator, and I don't have it. So I'm fucked. This is where I'm at. 6G23 again. $5 says the Nigerians I work with can't get your ex back. There's another 5. My husband. Thank you. Well, thank you for considering. You're the best. Thank you. Peruvian space lobster, and then only one more after this. Whoopee!
Where there's a whip, there's a way. Where there's a way, there's a way. We don't wanna go to war today, but the Lord of the Lash says nay, nay, nay. We're gonna march all day, all day, all day. Where there's a whip, where there's a will, where there's a way, there's a way. Where there's a whip, there's a will, where there's a way, there's a way. Where there's a whip, there's a whip, left, right, left, right, left. Where there's a whip, there's a whip, left, left, right, left, right, left, right, a crack on the back says we're gonna fight, we're gonna march all day and night and more. For we are the slaves of the Dark Lord's war.
Yeah, I saw your message, Grumpo. I'll get in touch with you. Last song, unless someone donate. Now we need to get another song. We would need $84. Probably not gonna happen. That's okay. Last one. Yeah, the whip wheel sucks. That's the gist of it. Oh! Here we go.
Where there's a whip, there's a way. Where there's a whip, there's a way. We don't wanna go to war today. The Lord of the Lash says nay, nay, nay. We're gonna march all day, all day, all day. Where there's a way, there's a way. 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 Left, right, left. There's a way. A crack on the back says we're gonna fight. We're gonna march all day and night and more, for we are the slaves of the Dark Lord's war. There's a way, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Left, right, left, right, left. Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a will. Where there's a will, there's a way. Left, right, left, right, left. There's a will, left, right, left.
We did it. This is a nightmare. The whip song / desperately trying to reach out to X. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Oh, you can't get it on Apple Music. That's right. Yeah, you have to donate. Yeah. This X thing's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. So my man Grumple's going to try to help me here after the stream. So we're going to fight it out. We're going to beat these damn Nigerians. We're capable of it. The Neurons can beat the Nigerians. I think we can do it. We're going to get the X account back. I was in the process of emailing them. I screen capped the text message where they're literally like, we stole your account. Pay us $200. The problem is it's going to be impossible to talk to a human being. That's the problem. It's just automated, whatever. Grumple me. We're getting a fucking plane and we're heading to Nigeria. We're going to take care of business. Just fucking Chuck Norris style. Just, ha! I'm pretty excited. I think Grumple will be a fine person to go to war with an entire country. So, meanwhile, I can't thank you enough I already thank people, but let me re-thank my editor, Black Elk, Avarice, all of my mods. Special thanks to Adillo, $250. What an absolute legend. Everyone else that donated, thank you so much, including Wade Boggs. I know it's just to torture me, but I still appreciate it. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. I am going to try to reach out to Grumple. We're going to raid over to Mr. Bill. However, Speakeasy's on. You can check that out. You can also check out Modern Day Debate. I think they're on right now. So, check out where you like. Thank you to everyone on Rumble. So we go out. We had a lot of fun here. And a little of anger issues with the Nigerians. But just take a moment. Before you black pill, before you think about how there's no hope, understand that we have to come together and we have to push for the best political and cultural outcomes possible because the stakes are that high. They killed Charlie Kirk. They made fun of him. They made fun of his family. And they've basically gotten away with it without consequence. So never forget what the stakes are. And please take a moment and say a prayer for Charlie and his family. I will see you all tomorrow on the Extravaganza at 6 p.m. Eastern time over on the Crucibles Rumble. And then we'll be right back here tomorrow night, sometime between 8. It might be an early show tomorrow. It might be 8 p.m. So, all right. Thanks so much, everyone. We'll talk to you all soon. As always, have a good one.
Only in America is it possible to say, you know what, I don't like the way the country is going, and to do something about it. Take that risk. Take that leap of faith. Stay involved, trust God, and act obediently. Romans 12:2 verse. That God will use all things for good for those who love him. It's bigger than you. I want you to remember that. It is bigger than you. It's bigger than me. You are here to make somebody else's life better, the pursuit of liberty and freedom. You know what gives me strength? The hundreds of thousands of you that say, Charlie, keep going.
1 Corinthians 5 and 15. So that's all pretty amazing evidence, not just intra-biblical evidence, but extra-biblical evidence that Jesus Christ was a real person. He lived a perfect life. He was crucified, died, and rose on the third day, and he is Lord and God of all.